Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies.
All right, man. The Saints coming off a bye week. Rizzy got the team doing great right now on a 2-game win streak. Obviously, let's take a look at the schedule to start this off, man. We didn't really got to go through the the early season, but we see all these L's coming from, the great head coach Dennis Allen. But obviously, we got the win against the Falcons. Jameis Winston returned to the Superdome. Got a win against the Browns. Now we have a tough Rams team. A team who's in a really, really good division. They're fighting for a playoff spot to win their division because they're probably not going to get a wild card spot, so they have to win the division. So for them, this is a big game for the Saints. Obviously, it's a big game for the Rams as well. And I mean, the Rams are going to be a tough team. The Rams are going to be a tough team. This is going to be, I think, his first real test. Obviously, the Falcons was a test, but that's a rivalry game. That's always going to be close. It's right after Dennis Allen got fired, so the Saints were going to be up for that game. The Browns were a pretty easy matchup for the Saints. We handled them pretty well, in my opinion. But now you got the Rams coming to town with Kyron Williams at running back, Sean McVay, a proven head coach. You got Puka, Cooper Kupp, Robinson at receiver. It's obviously Matthew Stafford at quarterback. It's going to be a really, really, really big game for the Saints. Really, really big game for the Rams because, I mean, honestly, whoever loses this game, I'm not going to say playoff dreams are dead just because the Rams division is kind of bad and the NFC South is kind of bad, but it's pretty much slim to none after that. So it's going to be really, really interesting for the Saints. And my theory, my way of thinking for the rest of the year was, hey, Rizzy, come in, win as many games as possible until you lose. That's what I wanted the Saints to do when Rizzy got this job, and we won 2. So if we can win 3, then you can win 4. Hey, keep winning them at this point, but don't just try to go 4-4. I mean, obviously, he's going to try to win every game. That's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. But in my opinion, you should just win as much as you can. And then at first loss, when it seems like the division's out of reach, it's time to tank. Now, I don't think we'll ever do that. And I don't think the Saints are built that way. But, I mean, if you can beat this Rams team, look at the schedule after that. You have the Giants. Obviously, that could be an easy win. You have the Commanders, who started off hot. Been cold lately. I think they lost two or three straight. Maybe I could be making it up. But they haven't been playing well. They just lost to the Cowboys as well. Let me click on their schedule and see what they've been doing. Obviously, they got Jaden Daniels. Yeah, they're 7-5 on it. I know they started off very hot. Yeah, 3 straight losses. So they got the Titans coming up. They got the Saints coming up. So very, very winnable games. If you can beat the Rams, it's very, very winnable games on the schedule, which I kind of expected. And then, you have the Packers after that. You have the Raiders after that. And then you end with the Bucks. All of these games, I can make a case for the Saints to win. Now, obviously, this is going to be the biggest one against the Rams coming up. This will be the biggest test. This will be the determination, at least for me, what the Saints should do. Because we can look at these standings as well since we're here. Oh, they want to click on stats. They want to see that. We can take a look at these standings. Don't need the AFC. The NFC, we go to the Rams division first, like I was saying. Look at Seattle, look at the Cardinals, look at the Rams, look at the 49ers. That's basically all 400 or 500 teams right there. That's 400 or 500 teams, and that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting for them. They're going to come out hard. Obviously, it's a must-win game for them. Then you look at the Saints, man. You win this game, get to 5-7 with the Giants, and get to 6-7. Now you have a tough team in the Commanders. You can possibly looking at 500 if you can beat the Rams. You have a chance to get to 500 because I'm just going to circle that Giants game as a win. So if you can beat the Rams, you will have a chance to get to 7-7. Now, obviously, you'll need some help. With the Falcons. But Chargers, they lost J.K. Dobbins, so that sucks. Chargers still going to be a tough out. Still going to be tough to beat the Chargers for the Falcons. Then you got Vikings. That's going to be a tough game as well. Raiders and Giants, that's going to be 2 wins for them, honestly. But if you put the pressure on them, if they somehow... They're on a 2-game losing streak, so the pressure's already on. They lose to the Chargers, going to the Vikings and lose. That pressure, the Falcons will crumble. We know this about that franchise. The Falcons will crumble if you put that pressure on them. So hopefully they can get some pressure put on them. They can lose a couple games, but also you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who we end the season with. They're going to have to help us as well. They're going to have to lose some games. They're not the greatest though. 5-6. 5-6, so it's a little easier. We do play them, so we kind of control our own destiny a little bit with them. But basically the same opponents that everybody has. They have the Panthers, they have the Raiders, they have the Chargers, tough game. Cowboys, Panthers again, and then they finish with us. So if we handle our business and win our games, that last game of the season may be very, very important. Or it could be useless, or it could be meaningless, and who knows. But all things are possible right now. They also had a 4-game losing streak before they beat the Giants as well. So I think it's possible, man. And we could make a playoff push. Should we try to make a playoff push? Do y'all think we should try to make a playoff push? I'm all for it. I'm all for enjoying these last games, man. and everything like that. But Rizzy's got him looking good, man. He's thrown his name in the hat for coaching candidates. Obviously, Aaron Glenn. I like Aaron Glenn. I like Ben Johnson. Basically, Lions coordinators, I like both of those guys. I like Rizzy. I thought Rizzy would be a head coach in this league. Maybe it's not with the Saints. Maybe it's with the Saints, but he's played well. He's played well. He's got this team playing well the first 2 weeks under the Rizzy campaign. So we'll see how week 3, I guess week 4, because of the bye week, looks right now against the Rams, because this will be the biggest test in my opinion. This will show me what the Saints have to offer under this Rizzy, man. So we'll see. We'll see. I do think the Rams defense, I guess we talk about that game a little bit before I get out of here. The Rams defense is susceptible to the pass. Their corners are not very good. Their linebackers are not very good. Obviously lost Aaron Donald. So the D-line is also not the same. That defense is really, really not good. So if Derek Carr, Elvin Kamara in this offensive quartet can have a good game, Kubiak calls a good game, I think we can stay in it. Now obviously the problem will be you lost Marshawn Lattimore to trade to the Commanders. So now you have to guard Puka. Now you have to guard Cooper Kupp. Those young cornerbacks are going to have to show up. They're going to have to show up, and they're going to have to make some plays. D-line is going to have to be able to get after Matthew Stafford. We're going to be able to have to stop the run. Kyle Williams, they will run the ball. They will run a lot of motions with Kupp and Puka, and they will try to confuse you. You have to be gap sound. There's going to be a lot of things that their offense challenges you with, and we have to be ready for it. So extremely excited to watch this game, man. It's kind of a make-or-break game for the Saints right here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I know I've been gone for a little minute, but, man, hey, we here. Everybody need a little break once in a while. But thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, it's the Boot Tragedies.